They lied to you about gladiators. Every movie, every school book, every documentary, they all told you the same story. Two men enter, one leaves, fight to the death. The crowd goes wild. The loser dies. Simple, brutal, Roman. Except none of that is true. Research over the past 20 years has completely changed what we know about gladiators. 9 out of 10 gladiators survived their fights. 9 out of 10. Hollywood has known this for years, and they made the movies anyway. This is the real story. Picture ancient Rome, the Colosseum. 50,000 people, packed inside. The crowd is loud. The sun is hot. 2 gladiators walk into the arena. And here is where the story you were told, and the story that actually happened, split into 2 completely different directions. The version you know comes mostly from Hollywood. Ridley Scott, Russell Crowe, Gladiator, 2000, a film so powerful, it convinced an entire generation that Roman gladiators were basically walking toward death every single time they entered the arena. Before that, Spartacus, Ben-Hur, every single one. Blood, death, screaming crowds, demanding murder. It looked real. It felt real. There was just one problem. Death in the ancient Roman arena was, according to historical experts, an absolute rarity. Those are not our words. That is the exact phrase used by the historical consultant who worked on Ridley Scott's own Gladiator film. The man who helped make the movie knew the movie was wrong, and they made it anyway, because wrong, apparently, sells better. Here is something very simple that Hollywood never told you. Gladiators were expensive, very expensive. They were a serious financial investment for the people who owned and trained them. So it was far better for business that the fighters did not die. Meaning, they had to survive more than one fight. Think about it like a business. You spend years training a man. You feed him, you house him, you pay doctors to keep him healthy. And then you send him into an arena to die in 5 minutes. That is not a business. That is a very expensive mistake. The Romans were many things. Careless with money. They were not. Before we go further, if you are the kind of person who wants the real story, not the version they fed you in school, then you already know what to do. The people in this community are always the first to know the truth. One button. That is all it takes. Now, back to what they hid from you. Here is what the arena actually looked like. There were referees, real ones, standing inside the arena, watching every single move. Fights were highly organized and carefully monitored. Not every fight ended with someone dying. When a gladiator was too tired or too badly hurt, he could stop the fight. He raised one finger. That was the signal. The referee stepped in immediately. Modern historical estimates suggest that around 80 to 85% of defeated gladiators walked out alive. 80 to 85%. That is not a death sport. That is a contact sport with very sharp equipment. There is a difference, a significant one, and we are not guessing about any of this. We have real, physical proof. Modern forensic studies on actual gladiatorial skeletons show that these men received proper medical care. Their bones show wounds that then healed completely. Healed wounds mean they survived fights, got injured, got treated, and came back to fight again. One gladiator, named Flamma, fought 34 times. He won 21, drew 9, lost 4. He died at age 30, after 34 fights. His tombstone recorded every single stat, how exactly he died. Nobody knows. The stone does not say, and that silence is somehow more powerful than any ending Hollywood could ever write. But here is the part that nobody talks about. And honestly, It should make you laugh, because it connects directly to something happening right now. And when you see it, you will never look at modern entertainment the same way again. The Romans were not stupid. They knew exactly what they were selling. Gladiators were not simply trying to kill each other. They were entertainers, performing for a paying crowd, and the crowd loved every second of it. Sound familiar? Today, we have WWE wrestling, where fights are choreographed and nobody is actually trying to kill anyone. We have boxing, MMA, action movies. We have been doing exactly what the Romans did for 2,000 years. We just tell ourselves, ours is more civilized. Think about that. The next time you watch a WWE event and feel superior to ancient Rome, and while we are here, the thumbs down gesture, you know the one. Emperor watches the fight. Loser begs for mercy. Crowd screams. Thumb down. Gladiator dies. That image, burned into every Hollywood film ever made, is also wrong. The actual Roman gesture was called Pollice Verso, which simply means with a turned thumb. But no ancient source clearly describes what that looked like. We do not know. Historians have debated this for decades. Nobody has won that debate yet. But Hollywood picked one version, and now the whole world believes it, because it looked dramatic, and drama sells tickets. So the next time someone tells you gladiators fought to the death, you can tell them the truth. 9 out of 10 survived. They had referees, they had doctors, they had rules. They were expensive athletes in a violent entertainment industry, not disposable human beings. Hollywood took the rare exception, made it the entire story, and sold it to the whole world. And we believed it, because it was a good story. And good stories, true or not, have always been the most powerful lies ever told. Now you know. Next video, we are going after a lie, sitting in your kitchen right now, and after you see it, your mornings will never feel the same again.